And welcome to the GrapeSEED official podcast. New series time. You all are used to hearing Miklos on a This and That series, our long form discussions. Well, today we're going to start having Miklos on a shorter form discussion. We can't obviously call it This and That, so we're just going to call it Only This. Welcome to the show, Miklos.
Oh, thank you very much. This is you just said, yeah, you know me from this and that. And this is the point where somebody is just like, there's somebody out there going like, oh, this guy again. I'm just going to skip this week.
Skip. Yeah, Mark as played.
Mark is played. But no, actually, no, this is short form and straight to the point.
Good. You said you wanted to start out with a joke, actually. So everybody strap in for this.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so joke is in quotation marks here. I made up a joke about teaching English with GrapeSEED in a language acquisition environment. So here goes. Why did the GrapeSEED teacher only use pictures to convey comprehensible input?
I don't know. Why did the GrapeSEED teacher only use pictures to convey whatever the rest of the sentence you just said?
Because a picture is worth 1,000 words, but only if you understand them. Dun dun.
Boy, strap in, everybody.
I stand by it.
That is
new series.
Is setting the scene for our new series.
Yeah.
Mark as played. Okay, what's our topic for the day?
Okay, so today I wanted to talk about. I always talk about comprehensible input, and when it comes to language acquisition and GrapeSEED, that's a huge thing, right? But a while back, I started reading some stuff, and they were talking about a related concept called comprehensible output, and I was like, what is this? And so I learned what it is. And I want to make sure that everybody knows. I'm pretty sure everybody does know this. I'm not an expert, but I do read a lot, and I watch a lot, and I listen to people who are smart, and so I'm learning about these things. So I'm going to share what I've learned so far about comprehensible output and connect that to its importance in correcting student errors when you're teaching GrapeSEED.
All right. I think a good way to start is just a definition of what this comprehensible output is.
Yes. Okay, good. So everyone already knows we've talked ad nauseum about comprehensible input. So you can go back and listen to that if you want, or just Google it and you'll find a really easy to understand definition. But comprehensible output is a little bit different. And at first I couldn't wrap my mind around it at first. I'm still kind of dealing with what it means, and especially what it means in practice when you're teaching or when you're talking with somebody who is not a native speaker of the language that you're speaking. So comprehensible output is language produced by language learners that is understandable to the person or the people that they're talking with, and that can obviously either be a teacher or fellow learners of the language. And this is important, that output reflects the learner's current level of language proficiency. So it has to be, in other words, it's authentic utterances from a language learner that gives clues to the person who's listening what their language ability is in terms of what they've acquired so far. So and I was just thinking about this a moment ago, because it has to be authentic. It can't be like a memorized phrase or something that you're reading in the other language. It has to be from you, an authentic utterance, because otherwise it doesn't accurately reflect your language ability.
Yeah, so not I'm fine, thank you, and you.
Exactly. That would not be comprehensible output, unless of course you are fine and you do feel like thinking. But if you sound like that, like a robot, like you see in a lot of classes, like, good morning, how are you? I'm fine, thank you, and you. That's that I don't think that would be qualified as comprehensible output. So yeah, that's the definition, and simplified in the way that I understand it right now, because I'm sure if an actual expert in language acquisition were to listen to this, they would say, well, yeah, but Miklos, there's so many other nuances to this. I know that there are, but I'm not. This is a short podcast, so we're not going to go into that part today.
Excellent. So comprehensible output, it gives us an idea of where our students' levels are at, and you wanted to talk about error correction as well. So let's get into it.
Yes. Okay. So these are Well, these are initially I thought these would be two different topics, but the more I kept writing down notes and reading stuff, I just thought, wow, comprehensible output and error correction. And I'm sure this is not an original thought that anybody's ever had. In thinking about GrapeSEED classes and in talking with teachers, I just drew a connection between comprehensible output and error correction. And error correction, of course, is a big topic when it comes to GrapeSEED teachers, because we're teaching and we have to help our students improve, and part of their improvement is correcting errors in a way, in a strategic way, so that they feel motivated and confident. So basically, my premise is that comprehensible input and comprehensible output are two related but distinct concepts in language learning, and thus critical in being an effective GrapeSEED teacher. And these concepts, especially the comprehensible output part for today, I believe that this is tightly connected to the way that we as teachers strategically correct student errors. So if you're going to correct children's language output effectively, which is important for their language development, there are the people who they're out there who would argue, oh no, you don't correct errors, because through language acquisition, error correction happens naturally. And yes, I've read things where there's a case to be made for that, but not in GrapeSEED class, because we have to speed this up. You and I were talking recently about efficiency in instruction and in language acquisition. And in order to be efficient as well as effective, you have to think about how you're going to correct errors. But it's important to do so in a way that does not raise students' affective filter and making them anxious or demotivated or feeling like they can't do it.
Goodbye, my friends, goodbye. I'm sad to say goodbye. It was a good day, but now I will say goodbye, my friends, goodbye. Goodbye, everyone.